What I eat in a day on a casual primal diet. Let's get into it. Celery, that's garbage. Parsley juice, that's garbage. Eggs, okay. Raw whites. Have avidin, ovomucoid, all those things. That looks very unappetizing to me. Looks very unappetizing. Like, if you're gonna eat raw animal foods, unless they're very high quality, it's really unappetizing to me. Like, you can tell that's not the best butter. The raw chicken. Is it necessarily bad? No, but I mean, I wouldn't want to eat that way. Blueberries, coconut cream, and cold pressed coconut oil. That's nice. There's an opportunity cost because coconut products are fat without the fat soluble vitamins. They don't have vitamin A, D, E, or K2, and at all. Maybe a little bit of vitamin E if I recall correctly, but your grams of fat should be coming from dairy or animal sources or eggs, animal product sources. So you're actually going to get those vitamins. I wouldn't waste all my fat calories on coconut products. Kefir milkshake, raw kefir, eggs, honey. Always eat eggs whole. I kind of disagree. I don't really see the value in the whites raw, at least. I think it's kind of a neutral thing. Can disrupt certain people's gut. Raw kefir is just kind of stupid. You're just letting the milk rot and then you're getting rid of the lactose, which is what you tastes good to you in the milk. It's kind of stupid, but okay. Some milk. It's good. Nasty again, like raw eggs in a cup. That's nasty. Raw meat is good, but this looks very low quality. It's pork. Looking back, the super high fat approach is honestly so unintuitive to me as well. And I'm not stuffing my face with 300 grams of fat a day, instead more like 100 grams. Then I actually replace some of that 300 grams with fruit, honey, and Paul Saladino had it right all along in terms of what approach actually has me feeling my best. Except where I stray from someone like Paul is I have more raw animal products, whereas he has very overcooked animal products. So I have raw meat every single day, a pound of raw lean red meat. Then I get fat supplementarily from raw dairy, sometimes coconut products, sometimes even cacao, butter, something like that, saturated fats, and then I have supplemental carbs from fruits, mugs. Best day of eating. It's like brainwashing from GOTUS. So unnecessary. The kefir is just dumb. Again, you're just letting the lactose in the milk. You're letting the bacteria eat the lactose. And anything fermented will have some endotoxins, excessive lactic acid. Just stupid. For egg yolks is fine. That's good. I mean, the protein to fat to carb ratio here is just absolutely destroyed. Like, look at the protein. I mean, it's just destroyed. Here we go. This is way better. Okay. It's a lot of food. It's a lot of protein. It's just so dumb. Their ratios are so bad. Their ratios are so nuked. See, this is where you'll have more of the cortisol-driven gluconeogenesis because the glycerol pathway is benign. But depending on gluconeogenesis has many different precursors, and that's turning non-glucose precursors into glucose. Certain processes are more cortisol-driven. The glycerol pathway isn't, which that's just the backbone of fatty acids. That's not cortisol-driven. When you're eating this much protein, you're just going to have that ammonia byproduct, perhaps even some protein oxidation if you're eating like 300 grams of protein a day consistently. It's just unnecessary. It's nonsensical. You could replace, firstly, you could stop eating the nasty organs and you actually eat nice quality muscle meat, which is good. A little bit of liver if you want. I like the oysters better. Heart is good. Ditch the kidney and the brain and the testicles and the kefir, get at least fresh milk. Put some honey and egg yolks and fruit into a smoothie, something like that. And then add some more animal fat, bro. I know the brain has fat, but I don't know. It's just not it. This is good. This is good. Oysters are nice. Okay, I don't know. It's just a bunch of. It's just so much protein. Like, that's the issue with these people. They could totally replace some of that protein with fat and carbs. Doesn't make any sense. The Prima diet. Yeah, there's just I've always forget how to pronounce it. Persalicins, these things that can make you very sensitive to the sun in celery. Carrot juice is actually fun, I'd say. Excessive beta carotene can compete with vitamin A, so something to think about depending on your conversion rate. That's genetically independent. Parsley, same deal. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't enjoy the meal. I think enjoying what you eat is super important. I've just never been a fan of the raw egg, like, whole thing. I just think the whites just cook them. It's better objectively as well. Like, protein absorption, destroying the anti-nutrients. I don't get it. It's just people attached to eating everything raw. The raw muscle meat is really nice, and I think you can also make some nice dishes with it. I've been making just steak tartare recently. Pretty nice. Sometimes I do, like, I've shown this on my channel before. I like guacamole and pico de gallo with the raw meat. It's pretty good. Put some cheese on there. Yeah, that's actually a nice little meal, okay. Yeah, nice little recipe, okay. The green vegetable juices, I'll never get behind just because Ajahn said so. I think about that through my own lens, and I think it's ill-advised. Nice raw milk, it's great. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. Nice. He seems pretty healthy. I would get rid of the vegetable juices. I'd cook the egg whites. I'd probably make a recipe out of this just for fucking enjoyment, you know? Get rid of all that veg juice. I think their protein... I think that's the biggest issue with primal eaters, and the reason some of them are so lean is they're just eating, like, mostly protein, and then they're kind of afraid of carbs, so then okay, we need to have a ton of fat then. And then I don't see them getting that fat. On cooked carnivore, I see people, it's more sustainable because when you're eating the cooked steak, you can get more fat in. If you're eating raw meat and you're not going to eat much carbs, I think it's really hard, you know, to even get enough food in, and people just focus on way too much protein. I think every primal day of eating, they exceed a gram per pound of ideal body weight of protein by sometimes 1.5 times. I mean, unappealing to me, and I think objectively quite poor of an idea. Nice, there we go. See, that you're gonna actually get some food in there, right? This is just 2 substrates we can actually use for energy. That's nice butter. That's very good. That's gonna make you so healthy. That's really, that right there is a key. Having that high quality yellow butter, you can tell, yeah, 100% A2, 100% grass fed. That's a really big key right there for health, for sure. Oysters are really nice as well. Yeah, those don't look so great. Look at the color of that, yeah. Nice, this is good. That's such a key. I think everyone should be drinking this. At least 1 a day. I have this in my school community as well. This is a key, okay. Pork tartare, not so, that avocado looks fucking pathetic, honestly. Egg white mixed in, okay. Yeah, this just follows more of the Ajahn approach, which I think is, looking back, quite good generally. This is more an appropriate amount of protein, I would say. More fat and carb implementation. Yeah, she's hitting a nice amount of protein. For her, I mean, I think she looks a little fat. She does look a little bit fat. Not ashamed to say it. Man enough to say it. But she's probably quite healthy, so nice amount of protein. Carb fat protein ratios look pretty good. Good food choice. I think it's nice. I'm a fan of this. Nice. Little nice. This is really good. I've had lots of fish tartares. Yeah. Yes, he's not zero carb. He has milk and an orange. He has oysters, nice protein. Yeah. Nice day of eating. Okay, I like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Here's another of what I eat in a day on the raw primal diet. I didn't have breakfast before work, but for lunch I had raw milk and raw eggs. I just poke a hole on either side of the egg, and that way you can suck it out easily. After work I had raw ground beef
That looks really good. Not.
And some liver. In between meals I drank some blood, which
It's not blood.
From the packaging of the liver.
That's not blood.
It was my first time ever trying it on its own, and honestly, I didn't like the taste of it. It
still has a lot of iron.
was very metallic and kind of bitter, so I had it with.
You had to disguise the taste of it. It's not blood either, so.
For dinner, I had bone marrow, some more ground beef, and lastly, some carrots with fermented olives.
I love olives. Nice.
And
Yeah, pretty valid plant food choices there.
For work, raw egg, between the packaging of the liver, and honest.
Again, I would just replace some of this protein with carbs. It's like.
Lastly, some.
I think that's the biggest critique I have for these primal dieters normally is that even if you want to be zero carb, which I don't actually think is the ideal approach, but let's say you want to do it, still replace the protein then with fat. Like, any way you want to look at it, their protein ratios are just really off. So unappealing just intuitively. You're gonna get the micronutrients in. It's just like, I think it's really important, even for digestion, to be looking forward to the food you're gonna eat. If you're gonna just be doing these raw egg whites, it's just actually appealing thing to eat. This is not actually ideally sourced because I'm in my apartment, but this has raw milk, some frozen organic fruit from the store, and 4 raw egg yolks. Nice little thing to have in the morning, especially. It tastes good for a reason as well. It's very dense in micronutrients. It has carbs, it has protein, it has fat. It's a nice whole meal. You know, starting your day with this is just, I wouldn't do it. Raw cheese and honey melon for breakfast. Yeah, that's a nice meal. That's nice. Nice, yeah. Nice. Like, let's take a look at this chart, or sorry, this fucking collage. Holy shit, I'm brain dead. This looks pretty nasty. Just eating the raw eggs out of a cup looks pretty nasty. The raw egg is, I mean, and here's something that people don't think about. Why are egg yolks liquid at room temperature? Why are they liquid? Because they're unsaturated. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature. That's why coconut oil should be solid, beef tallow is solid, butter is solid. Egg yolks are liquid because they are unsaturated. There are lots of mono and polyunsaturated fats. I've spoken about this before. When you have a ton of egg yolks, then your fatty acid composition is straying more unsaturated. So something to think about. Nice. I'm just not like a huge fan of tons of eggs. I just don't think it's the play. I would just focus more on the red meats, the dairy, and the fruits than going super egg heavy, honestly. Okay, so 200 grams of protein, way too much for you. 133 grams of fat, I'd say it's quite high. 40 grams of carbs, I would say that's quite low. I would replace that with some carbs, a fruit with carbs. Okay. cool, nice. Way too much protein. Just way too much protein. It's like, okay, let's say you're eating 3,000 calories. 200 protein is mostly structural, right? So that's not really being used. Well, actually, for her, she's probably oxidizing some of that protein, or it's going through gluconeogenic pathways because it's way too much for her needs. And then in effect, in terms of actual energy that's oxidized, you have 133 grams of fat, 40 grams of carbs. That's a fair bit of fat. It's like, it doesn't even make any sense. For her, let's say her needs of protein realistically are probably 120 grams. Why not just take that 80 grams of protein and then just add in some fruit or honey, and then it doesn't make any sense. Then you don't have any of those consequences of having too much protein consistently for your needs. So that's a nice meal. Yeah. There we go. Way more appealing to actually have the deviled eggs. Okay, fruit, nice. Raw cheese. Yeah, this is a great way of eating. This is similar to how I'm eating. Low quality fruit, I can visually see. Sourdough bread, I mean, that's probably something I would avoid, but nice. I really like this way of eating. I like this way of eating. All right, folks, I'm gonna wrap up the video there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making the video. We'll do some more nutrition content soon. Maybe have a little bit more conversations with some zero carbers. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.